Hello, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I just love to show you what I've been working on in my craft room. So today's video focuses on a fun new stamp set and some designer series paper from Stampin' Up's brand new May 2025 through April 2026 annual catalog. You will find this stamp set that I'm working with today. It's called Layered Thoughts on page 34 of the catalog. It's a photopolymer stamp set, meaning that the stamps are all see-through and clear, which makes for easier placement and layering. So I love the stamp sets that have larger images, and also the fact that these are the sentiments that I use frequently. Thank you, happy birthday, thinking of you. So this is a builder stamp, so you could thank you, happy birthday to you, love you, thinking of you. So you can make any kind of those arrangements that you would like. So I'm just going to be showing you a very simple classic layout with this stamp set today, using some different designer series papers that you will find available right now. The featured designer series paper will be the Florals in Bloom, and it does come in 12 by 12, but I've cut it to 6 by 6 just to show you some of the designs. Just really fun colors. You'll find both the 2025 through 2027 brand new ink colors in this designer series paper, as well as the previous years. So that's one side, and then the other. Gorgeous florals. And then there's a little more understated side. That's the new Secret Sea. And that would be our cloud cover. Some more designs. And then that would be our strawberry slush. So this is what I will be working with today, and I'll show you a few other samples as well. So let me show you the card. This is, I've done the birthday card. The base is Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, and then the happy birthday that is using the die cut from the Textured Notes dies. So this does use the Florals in Bloom designer series paper. So you'll need your trimmer, and I'll show you, how easy this is, and you can make a variety of different cards, and I'll show you some of those samples at the end. So I have my trimmer, and I want to make this directional, but each of these pieces of paper, the designer series paper, the double-sided patterned paper, measure 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. So I kind of want them to be in a row, but in a pattern. So I've cut that to 3 3/4, and then I'm going to cut the 1 1/2 inch pieces, being sure to set them aside in order so I have a continuous pattern that looks like it matches. All right, so then I will just set that aside. And the other things that I'm going to need for that card are for sure my die cut Textured Notes dies, and you'll need a piece of basic white measuring about 4 by 2 1/2 to die cut that. Then you need your Shy Shamrock 5 1/4 by 4, and then your piece of Pretty in Pink 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So I've pre-scored that. I'm going to give it a quick fold and a burnish with the bone folder to get it to be a little bit more flat. Going to set that aside. So then what I'm going to need to do is adhere the pieces. So I'll just set them on my Shy Shamrock here, and glue works. I think I'm going to use my Seal Plus today, but glue might be a better choice. But I've been using my seal. So that's about, I'm not going to be too terribly fussy. Once you get the sentiment on and the ribbon, no one's going to check to make sure that everything's straight. And in addition, it's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's how I was convinced to start stamping, my goodness, over 30 years ago. It was Stampin' Up's color coordination that got me hooked, and it's still something I count on today and every day that I bring out my rubber stamps, ink, and paper. It helps me be a successful card maker without having to overthink it. All right, so I'm just putting some Seal Plus on the back of these and placing them. So how easy is that? Think about all the different designer series papers you have, the stash of those things, and it's a great way to use them and feature them because they're all so gorgeous. Then I'm gonna need some of the Pretty in Pink ribbon. I'm gonna go 16 inches. I need a lot of ribbon to tie a bow, so this ribbon, you may not see it in the catalog, but it is now, it was introduced in last year's catalog, and it is now it's available. You won't see it in the catalog, but it's still available from the store. So I'm just tying on a bow here. And then I'm going to move that all the way over to the left-hand side because I know that's what I'm going to put my sentiment in the middle. But I wanted to get the bow on before I do anything else. And what's nice is you can just kind of fuss with those edges, the tails, to get that exactly where you want. Let's grab my seal again, and we will put some adhesive on the back to create the card. It goes on. Always have to remember the direction of the flowers. Make sure it's right. I'm going to flip that over. Okie doke. All right, so now we need to stamp. I do have that happy birthday on I was going to tell you the E block, and I have my basic white. I have my Shy Shamrock, and excuse me, when I have a large stamp like that, I like to ink from the top, make sure, and then I get less chance of me getting ink all over the block that will transfer onto my projects. All right, so I think that's good there. And using this glass mat, I don't need a foam underneath because it stamps just perfectly. What's your favorite new stamp set in Stampin' Up's brand new annual catalog? Have you had a chance to play with anything? I think this would be an excellent choice. It's just, like I say, it has the sentiments, and I think there are tons of possibilities with this. All right, I'm going to grab the dimensionals and put a few on the back. I'm going to put the dimensionals along the top and along the bottom so that when I put it on the card front, it straddles the ribbon. Sometimes if I put a dimensional on the ribbon, then it wobbles, but I'm going to straddle the ribbon, so I will add them on the top and the bottom, and that will give it enough to hold that sentiment in place while I tear those off. So you could make a stack of these in no time. So especially if you have The words aren't here, especially if you have everything pre-cut. All right, let's just trim those little edges quick to finish up. I do have some gems. Now, these are the in color, the 2024, 2026 in color shimmer gems, and they have been retired, but there is a new in color gem that replaces it. So be sure to check the supply list if you're looking for those specifically. But the colors are still available and they work. So I thought, why not use them? There's a suitable replacement if you don't have them, but if you have these, go ahead and use them up. I had on the other card, I used the pretty and pink ones, but I'm gonna just add some of those shy shamrock. You can see I'm getting down to the last bits of those. Then I do have a 5 1/4 by 4 sheet that I will put in the middle so that I can write a message on. However, I'm thinking that we might want to decorate that inside piece just quickly. So I know this is 5 1/4, so I want to measure. Actually, I'm going to do a 3/4 of an inch, and then cut that to 5 1/4. Put that aside, and then I will put the adhesive on the back of this little strip. You can do other layers, but this just, I think, adds a little fun element, a little surprise when you open the card, and brings the design from the front into the middle of the card. Now it's ready to fit into one of our envelopes, and you can get it sent out to someone celebrating a birthday soon. I know I have quite a few in May and June, so happy to have these extra cards. Again, the directions will be on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com if you want to rewatch that or see some measurements in print. All right, let me share some other samples. So this is the same designer series paper, the Florals in Bloom. So just a different design of that designer series paper. This one is Summer Splash. So that's kind of fun. Thank you. That's for the builder. I was able to do the thank in one color and the you in another. Peach Pie. All right, this next one uses the Floral Impressions Designer Series paper, and it is a floral as well, but I use the flip side because sometimes the flip side is fun as well, and I just combined 3 different pieces of patterns and colors: Fresh Freesia, Misty Moonlight, and Crushed Curry. That's Misty Moonlight. I didn't have any coordinating ribbon, so we have some white ribbon available, and I colored it with Fresh Freesia Stampin' Blends to match. So that's kind of fun to do as well with some Fresh Freesia gems. Right, the next card is using another piece of a brand new designer series paper, the Boho Vibes. So I have Daffodil Delight. This is your cloud cover, the cloud cover ink, Daffodil Delight, and then the Boho Vibes designer series paper, and there's your cloud cover ribbon. I just love that Stampin' Up! Has all the coordinating colors so that everything just matches and goes together, and these are the cloud cover gems as well, and that textured notes dies. All the sentiments fit really well in there too, so I think that's a plus. This designer series paper is, if I had to have you guess, I don't know if you'd guess, it's from Turtley Awesome. So it too has 2 sides. On one side are those crazy turtles, and then the other side is a fun pattern. So with this one, I used the Darling Duckling. That's one of our brand new ink colors, as well as Balmy Blue. Here's your Darling Duckling and the Darling Duckling along with the gems. And I also did the fun little designer series paper in the middle as well. So that is today's quick and easy card, along with some samples. Remember those pieces, 3 3/4 by 1.5. Use any designer series paper that you have in your stash. Mix and match. Be creative, and add a little bit of ribbon and a sentiment, and you have a quick and easy stack of cards that you can send yourself, or package them up and give them as a gift. Whatever works for you, but I hope you get your goodies out and start stamping. Again, look for me online at kimplayswithpaper.com. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions or any comments. I will get back to you. And until next time, everyone, happy stamping.